What's up, everybody? My name's Black, and welcome to part 6 of my TF2 Unusual Trading Guide. Yes, I've been gone for a few weeks, but that does not mean I'm dead. This episode, we're going to be talking about how to sell unusual hats effectively. First off here, there are two common, methods to selling your unusuals. These methods, which are known to most people, are going to trading servers and putting your hats on trading sites. What a lot of people don't know, though, is how to use these resources effectively in order to get buyers for your hats. All the time on sites like Outpost and other trading sites, I see people doing things like, for example, setting up their wish list wrong, putting random things in the trade boxes, not writing out notes. These people don't realize how much things like this can hurt them. Outpost trades that haven't taken the proper steps towards being set up right will most likely just be ignored. It's sad when this happens, but it's their own fault for being dumb. When you set up any trade on a trading site, you should always be aware of what you're putting on each side of the trade arrow in those item boxes. On the left, you put your side of the trade, or in this case, your unusual hats. For me personally, it's more worthwhile to put a bunch of lower value hats in one trade, because then people can offer on more than one in deals for something better. However, do not include a bunch of random craft hats or strange weapons or other random crap in an unusual trade, because that just takes away from the focus of the trade, which is your unusual. People will probably be offering metal for the stranges and won't pay any attention to the unusuals. For higher value hats, I usually just leave them alone on the left side, so no focus is taken away from them at all. As for the right side of the trade, no matter what the left side has, I almost always put offers in the first box, of the unusual quality of course, and then after that I put an earbud, maybe a key, and maybe a couple of unusual hats implying some specific hats that I might want. This will give people a nice idea of what I'm looking to trade for. Another really big thing that you should always do when you're setting up an outpost trade is write out some notes. A trade without notes gives a potential buyer basically zero information about what you would want or how much you're selling your things for. And not only that, but people might just think you're rude. How I set up my outpost notes generally is this way. At the top, I put some kind of lighthearted joke or pun or intro or something to warm up the reader. Afterwards, I introduce the hats in the trade and basically make them sound like the best thing to ever grace the face of the earth, even if they're crap hats. Instead of saying that I'm selling a fly's coop disaster, which is actually a hat I have right now, you can say that this pile of poop is practically flying off the shelf. No, don't like puns. Alright, maybe not that bombastic, but you can maybe just say it's good looking or something like that instead. After that, I usually write out the prices that I want for everything. First is the amount in pure earbuds, and after that is a number, which is generally higher, for unusual hats. Under the prices, if I want to, I can list a few of the offers I've gotten on my hats, but I don't usually do this for lower tier hats, because it gets kind of cluttered in the trade. After that, I usually write out a line or two defining what I do and don't want as far as unusuals go. For example, I can put that I don't want any 3rd gen hats, which is Summer Effects, Robo Effects, and Halloween 2013 effects, and maybe I don't want any craft numbers, or maybe I don't want PayPal money either. This will help ward off some of the bad offers from my trade, but people will still end up offering these things inevitably. They just can't read. People can't read sometimes, and you just have to deal with that. But at least now you can help them feel even dumber for not being able to read your notes. The last thing I put in my notes, although I don't always do it, is a closing kind of note, message thing, maybe saying something like, if you have a private offer, or if you'd like to talk more about a deal, let me know, or something else that sounds really friendly and, inviting. Again, this can never hurt your chances. Moving on now to trading servers. A lot simpler than using trading sites, servers are a great way to find someone out of the blue and close a deal quickly. To find an unusual trading server, you can do a quick Google search to find a few server IPs, or go into the TF2 map search bar and type trade_unusual and see what comes up in the search. Once you're in a server, the key is to advertise. When advertising, you can either use the text chat or the microphone. When doing either, it's extremely helpful to be both clear and concise with your advertisement. Since in chat there's a character limit, writing out a novel really isn't helpful, because then you'll end up having to use a bunch of weird abbreviations that no one will understand. Just keep it short and to the point so people can read it. On voice chat, people usually get pretty fed up if you take forever to advertise, so again, keep it short and sweet. Also, you should keep in mind that people spam the mic pretty often with music and things, so the server chat is generally more reliable. When you get a trade request, you can accept it and go on with negotiating. But don't keep spamming the service chat while you're in trade. People will just get mad if they can't trade you when they want to, so they might just move on to somebody else. As far as sending a trade request, don't send one out of nowhere. That'll just make the person annoyed at you, and it'll make it much less likely for you to close a deal. If someone's advertising something that you want in the chat, though, then you have a green light to send a trade request. Also, when you're in a trade server, it's extremely important that you remove everything on your loadout screen, and then equip, first, Pyrovision goggles, and second, a Ghastly Gibbous, and then try as hard as you can to kill everyone on that server. There's a trick to this, though, that all the pros use. Whenever you die, be sure to be as annoying as possible. Burst as many eardrums as you have to. Please say you didn't think I'm serious. Please, for the love of Gaben. Seriously though, there are people in trade servers that do this, exactly that, I'm not kidding. Just try to ignore them and don't let them get in the way of your trade. No annoying squeaker is worth losing a trade over. Alright guys, that'll do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it and can put some of the info to use. If you really liked the video, mash that like button for me, that means a lot. And if you like what's going on here at my channel and would like to see more from me in the future, subscribe away. Stay awesome everybody, I'll see you next time.